Hello, everybody. My name is Al Mina. I am the petition organizer of the Demand Trump administration to investigate the arrest and death of Gonzalo Lira in Ukraine. My background in the region was a former U.S. Peace Corps volunteer under the U.S. Embassy mission from Bucharest, Romania. Okay, and I'm also a former civil service in the federal government employee, as well as a former U.S. Senate candidate in the 2020 general election. I've been following Mr. Lira's case since 2022 when I first heard about him being arrested in Ukraine as a Hispanic American who is living in the region because of his family ties in that part of the world. A lot has happened since 2022, and eventually, untimely death of Mr. Lira sparked a lot of question marks for many people, not just in the US, but around the world. Okay. He was trying to de-escalate the war between Russia and Ukraine. He was basically just sharing information that he's acquired via various sources, locally in Ukraine as well as internationally from abroad. So I thought I share our petition with you. This petition demand Trump administration to investigate the arrest and death of Gonzalo Lira in Ukraine is on change.org. Okay, you can find this petition there, and I would like to request for your assistance by signing our petition and introducing our campaign to your family and friends, as well as to your government official in your state. With this said, Gonzalo's case is fairly peculiar, very peculiar in a way that very few Americans have heard of his name or his case. Unfortunately, when he was imprisoned, the national news in the U.S. haven't really given him enough attention or reported fully on his current predicament at that time. So I thought, I start a petition and have the State Department and the White House initiate an investigation pertaining to the arrest and the death of Mr. Gonzalo Lira. And recently, Elon Musk had tweeted pertaining to his concern of, the Zelensky regime and Mr. Zelensky himself, that he wasn't, being looked at hard enough and investigated enough. And eventually, Mr. Musk tweeted that Mr. Zelensky murdered Gonzalo Lira. Okay, folks. I tried to share our petition with Mr. Musk. I don't know if he managed to review it, but our ongoing petition is public and widely available. So look us up on change.org and look for the demand Trump administration to investigate the arrest and death of Gonzalo Lira in Ukraine. So just actually a few days ago, a South American journalist had interviewed Mr. Zelensky, okay, and Mr. Zelensky basically stated that he does not know Gonzalo Lira or have even heard of him. So, which I find it extremely strange and very troubling, because he's an American citizen in a Ukrainian jail who's been arrested basically for sharing information that he's come across and exercising his freedom of speech in what they call a democratic society in Ukraine. So this was the response, right? I do not know this person and have never known him, according to Mr. Zelensky. So the South American journalist stated that according to Mr. Lira's family, the order for the murder was given by Mr. Zelensky himself. And so there's a lot of disjointed information that is being shared to the world coming out of Ukraine, unfortunately, and Hispanic American journalists who simply wanted to preserve peace, to escalate the war situation between Ukraine and Russia, is now dead. Okay, all he tried to do was to save lives, and in turn ended up giving his life. Okay, and he wasn't even honored for his bravery and his family's desire for him to be brought back in one piece to his loved ones wasn't even honored either. So I find that very troubling. This said, folks, I again would like to ask you to come and visit our website, demand Trump administration to investigate the arrest and death of Gonzalo Lira in Ukraine at change.org. This said, my name is Al Mina. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.